Would you want to play in today's NFL where you can't touch the quarterback?
I would figure out how to touch the quarterback in a way to where he still knows that I'm there. But it's hard because I see some penalties, guys, they don't want to hit the quarterback, but then you got a guy like Josh Allen that maybe you don't hit this guy, he's going to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw a couple times, which you probably can pull the tape up, but guys will like jump out of the way and he runs for 30. And I'm like, that's because the roughing passing penalties have happened and guys are scared to get the quarterback down.
Do you think there's a way to do it that won't get penalized? Like as you watch the game now, you're like, man, if I was playing, I'd do it this way and that would work.
There's no way because like, okay, well, I'm going to go low on the quarterback. They're going to protect his legs. Okay, well, I'm going to go up high. What if my helmet my helmet grazes his head? That's roughing the passer. So for me, I would probably start thinking more about the strip sack, knocking the ball out.
Right.
Because quarterbacks know they're not going to get hit. They got to feel something. And I think the biggest thing is when you can get that forced fumble, it doesn't matter.
DeMarcus, I said yesterday that I imagined Sean Payton, after the Cowboys lose, that he's sitting on Jerry's porch, if indeed he has a porch, and I believe that he does. Well, you've been to his house. You would probably know. And I have him sitting there in some sort of 90s sleepover with a lantern, just waiting for Jerry to get home. Do you think, Jerry very, very well. What do you think he's thinking right now in terms of head coach?
Keeping everything the same. I think rattling the head coach situation. The guys have gotten confidence in McCarthy and everybody else that's there, especially like since that COVID time and getting out of that and then figuring out the team identity. And I feel like they have it now. But I also know Jerry, if he's going to change one thing, it's going to be everything.
Mm-hmm.
All the coaches, the training staff, everything. He's just going to ruffle the feathers of everybody over there. But I don't think he wants to do that right now with them getting so close.
Right.
In the playoffs like that, I think he'll keep it the same.
Do you believe Dak Prescott is a quarterback that can lead the Dallas Cowboys to a Super Bowl? Forget about winning the Super Bowl. Just lead them to a Super Bowl.
He can lead them to a Super Bowl, but you can't have turnovers. I'm sorry. You can't have turnovers in big games like that. He has all the athleticism. He has all the guys around him. The defense was playing good. I'm just talking about last game, but when you get into those heated situations to where you have to win, you can't turn the football over. That's any quarterback. And you can see that all the good ones, they figure out how to protect that ball, take time off that clock, and score when they need to.
As a defender, what was your reaction when you saw the Cowboys line up for the final play of the game against the 49ers?
I was thinking about an old Bill Belichick play because Bill Belichick used to, spread all the guys out and they would do crazy, special team plays. And I'm like, hold on, but this is the last play of the game. And as a defensive guy, I would line up right in front of Zeke, knowing that he's snapping, and just go straight at the quarterback. Like, let me be the guy that's going to create that pressure and make them have to loft it up to my guys back there in the back. But I don't know exactly what that play was about. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I know we lost that game, and I'm still feeling that.
I'm not certain the guys on the field knew what that play was about.
Sometimes you guys got to try to throw everything at the kitchen sink and hopefully it works, but it didn't work that way.
DeMarcus Ware, Hall of Fame finalist. So I will tell you this, the last time I got behind a Hall of Fame finalist, it was Tony Baselli. And Tony and I went in together, okay? We did. So if you would like me to get behind you and we go in together, which means I'm part of your speech, I'm part of the whole crew that goes up there. I sat right next to Tony's wife for his speech. If you want me to get behind you, DeMarcus Ware, because I believe that you should be in the Hall of Fame and you should be in there this year. If you'd like me to get behind you, I'm telling you I will. But it's going to cost you.
I like it. I like it. It's going to cost you part. I tell you what, you're already behind me.
Yes.
You got me This show. We're
Right.
having an interview right now. So you're already behind me. So I feel like I already have been blessed with your graces of DeMarcus. The last guy that I was talking to,
Yeah.
he went in. So
Yes.
hopefully it works the same way.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to get behind you. Do you play golf, by the way?
If I can golf every day, I would.
Oh, I love you.
Sit there real
Okay.
low.
All right.
I mean, I hate it some days, but if I can golf every day, I would.
Okay.
So you let me know when you want to swing those sticks now.
Oh, okay. That's it. That's how you pay me back. Okay. I am going to help you get into the Hall of Fame because you didn't do enough. Okay. So I am going to help you get into the Hall of Fame. A little extra push. Okay. Me and you will go in together. We'll have a great weekend in Canton. Canton's a weird place, but it doesn't matter. We digress.
The 138.5 career sacks wasn't enough.
No,
Stugotz
you need a
to support.
little extra
There's
push.
a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
And a lot of
The nine
penalties,
Pro
too, at the
Bowls.
same time.
All I'm angling for here, because Chris Cody wants me to, is that we play a round of golf. Me, you, and my friend Chris Cody, who's one of the producers here on the show. Is that fair? I feel like it's a fair exchange. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to play a round of golf with you.
If you're keeping track at home, Stugotz is now basically finagled a way to play golf with DeMarcus Ware, go to Kenton with him, and then also blamed it on Chris Cody because Chris is the one that wants to golf. Stugotz is just here to help.
Well, Chris wants to do this golf show on YouTube in Arizona, and we need like a big time guy. And DeMarcus Ware is going to be a Hall of Famer. Yes.
So now you're throwing the marketing part in
Well,
there too. man.
yes. You're a big Hall of Famer. I mean, let's do it. We good?
I'm in.
I'm getting. You are in. You're in the Hall of Fame. Yes.
DeMarcus, I would be
So,
careful. I think
hopefully we can say that later.
Stugotz
Sure.
We
thinks
will.
that his endorsement is worth like an extra 5 sacks on your record. I think it might actually be a minus to some people, so I would just tread lightly if I were you.
Baselli got in spite of Stugotz, not because of him.
Exactly.
Listen, Baselli embraced all the Stugotz, but you're right. I mean, wait, you're golf buddies with Freeney?
You know what? Freeney actually invited me down to go play at Jordan's course. So I need to make it down there with him. I played with him in Tahoe. Dude, the white swings out of his shoes.
I know.
Like, you don't understand. Like, he's hitting the ball like 300-some yards.
No, I played at Jordan's course with him. I know.
Dude, so you're right, and it looks weird, right?
I'm
What?
also.
You
I'm,
hit the ball
Oh, look at
straight.
me, Louie, that was.
I'm also. I'll play it. Hold on a second, DeMarcus. I'm sorry. And yes, it looked weird. Hold on. He invited me. Now I'm helping Freeney get into the Hall of Fame as well. I mean, I'm helping a bunch of people. But yes, he invited me to Jordan's course, and you're exactly right. Because when I showed up, he's on the driving range in sneakers. He was wearing Jordans, a pair of gym shorts and a T-shirt, and he was hitting the ball 330 yards, and Ahmad Rashad right next to him saying, "I've never seen someone." You can hit it again. I've never seen somebody hit a ball so far in my entire life. It was amazing.
Yeah.
How far are you hitting it? Like 310, 320?
No, man, I probably I'm probably consistent 290. I can hit it 290 easy
All right.
because I'm trying to hit it straight. It's not, you know how that driver gets sometimes a little swirly, so I'm just trying to hit it straight down the fairway and then being able to get a good wedge shot in.
Now, did you start playing when you were in the league, or was this one of those things you picked up in retirement?
In retirement, I wish I would have played when I was in the league because the thing is, man, there's so many people that you can meet, on the golf course. So it's tranquil. I mean, I'm from the South. I like being outside, and that's like my new hunting time for me. I'm like, when I go out there, y'all don't understand. If you are an avid golfer, when I'm out there, I mean, everything else just stops. Time just stops, and I'm out there in my own space. So it's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's also a good escape from the family, at least for me. I mean, phones don't work, DeMarcus, go ahead and make a case for you being a Hall of Famer. Like, go sell yourself, make a claim for yourself being a Hall of Famer. Why should you be in the Hall of Fame this year? Because I believe you should be, and I'm going to help you get in there. But you make the case, okay?
That's a good question. I think that in the world today, people think that first means everything, and people need to understand that a guy like me, first has never been given to me. And we sort of got to recharacterize what the image of first is. And I think that we all should, thinking about, like you're saying, that talk about why is nothing's never been given to me. And this is an opportunity for me to show the world that the hard work and the sacrifices that I've been through, the resume is there, but why not enshrine a characteristic of what it really should be like? Not just a first ballot Hall of Fame type thing last year, but failure. Failure in a way to where you use that failure to build a more positive outlook to do something great. And so for me, it's look at the resume, knowing where I came from, the championships that I've won, and the captain. I've been captain for 12 years.
Mhm.
So just look at that and weigh that against all the guys that are up there right now.
What was the biggest moment of doubt for you in your career when you thought to yourself, man, I don't know if this is going the way I want it to?
I think that was in college, because I remember going home one day and I went to a party, and I remember picking up this knife on the ground from a fight, and a guy actually held a gun to my head.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this not me. And I actually told him that too. I said, this isn't me. I dropped the knife and I never came back home. I didn't come back home because I knew that's what was waiting for me. And I think that was that changing moment for me to let me know that you need to go out and make some change and get more serious about, because I was going to drop out of school. My sophomore year, I was like, man, this isn't for me. I was going to join the military, but that moment let me know that I still have some life in me and I need to do something with it.
How'd you arrive at that moment where there's a knife, there's a gun involved? Like, how did that come about? What was going on there?
I grew up in the projects in Auburn, Alabama, and my uncle actually, it was a fight, like a house party fight. And, all of a sudden I saw him get hit across the head with a pistol. And I looked at the ground and the knife was there. So I just picked the knife up. But the guy probably thought that I was going to try to cut him or so on and so forth. But I mean, we're looking up and, the gun was right there between my eyes. And I just said, this isn't me. And so he actually put the gun down. And it's crazy, probably about 10 years ago, he apologized about it. But that was like one of those things where I was like,
Life-changing.
no, it was that.
So the flip side of that question is, what was the moment when you realized, oh, not only am I good, I'm one of the greatest ever to do this?
I think that time is now.
Really?
Being a finalist in the Hall of Fame class,
Yeah.
and they're saying that not only are you part of that whatever 1% or whatever it is, I don't know exactly what that percentage is. When you play, there's potential, but when you retire and you're able to be maybe enshrined in a way to where your sacrifices live forever, that's when you know you really made it.
Wow. So you never, like, while you were playing, you never
You didn't know how dominant you were?
Yeah, you're like, come on, man.
I played every single play scared, in fear that somebody's going to take my job, that the next man across from me owes me something. And to be honest with you, I owe this man this ass kicking because I had to study you for 40 hours this week. And guess this is what you're gonna have to get. Like that's how I felt against every single person that I went against. Like I owe you this. I had to study you for 40 to 60 hours. Cool. I'm gonna show you exactly what I had to study.
But like DeMarcus, that's amazing to me and Amin, I think. Like 120 sacks in, you didn't realize, hey, I'm really good at this. Like
I knew that.
Right.
But when you come from nothing, you always hungry. I'm never like full. I'm always hungry. So no matter what, for my last play when I played, I was just at that point where like, I still have more in the tank, but I know that my body couldn't do it anymore.